Hi, Sebastian. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you, Bethany.
So I've recently read this white paper that's come out of your team, which is all about how Oticon Real compares to 3 of the top competitors in windy situations. Can you tell me, in your view, what are the highlights, the most important take-home messages from the research you did?
Mm-hmm. So there are 2 key outcomes we looked at in this technical study. The first one was the loudness of the wind noise, and the second one was the clarity of speech when you are in a windy situation. And in both cases, in short, what we found was that Oticon Real outperformed the 3 top competitors that we tested.
Wow, that's really impressive. And what was the inspiration behind this study?
So the first inspiration, of course, was the users and what they experience when they are in wind. It's an unwanted artifact, the wind noise that you experience, and you don't want to have to take out your hearing aids every time you go outside or are at an outdoor event. And we had already some indications from the previous study that the users found the wind noise less loud and the speech clearer in Oticon Real. Here we wanted to have more hard numbers, some quantification of these aspects from technical measurements.
Okay, great. So you mentioned a little bit about the previous study and the previous white paper. So how do these new results build upon what we already know from the previous study?
So in the previous study, we had a few hearing aid users, so it was purely a very subjective study. We had also some technical data, but here we had more wind speeds that we tested. We also had added a 3rd competitor, and importantly, in the clinical study, all hearing aid features were set to default, also the wind noise feature. Here we set the wind noise management features in the hearing aids to their maximum settings, so to have a fairer comparison to where we stand, if you like, in comparison to the competition.
Okay, and we outperformed them all by the sounds of it.
Yes, we did.
Amazing. Wow, that's super impressive. And then as an audiologist, what I'm interested to know is how do these findings in the lab relate to real-life users in their day-to-day life?
So what that means basically is that in terms of comfort and clarity of speech, whenever you are outdoors, you will experience a better listening experience. And that could be if you are cycling or walking outdoors or playing outdoor sports, but also just crossing the street. Hopefully you will not be annoyed so much by the wind noise in the hearing aids. Could also be if you are in a situation like an outdoor barbecue event where you want to understand family and friends. The speech will be clearer now with Oticon Real.
That's amazing. So we can be confident that our devices are helping people out in their real lives in windy situations that they encounter every day.
That's right.
Okay, thank you so much for joining. This has been really interesting to learn more about this.
It was a pleasure.